The following is a community access program. Shaw is proud to support local producers and share local voices, ideas, and opinions. For more information, please visit shawtv.ca. Opinions expressed in this programming do not necessarily reflect the views of Shaw or its employees.
Hi there, welcome to Card Reads by Annie. Down here you'll see Oliver milking his little wound for all the sympathy he can get. So that would make me Annie, and we welcome you to our show today. Unfortunately, I don't have a guest today because, you know, nobody's really brave enough, so I'm putting it out there to you. I won't bite you as a guest, but I may bark at you a little bit if we need to hear something. Okay, so please get a hold of me after the show and we'll see how you can be on my next show. Okay, in the meantime, I would like to thank everybody here today down at All That Is. We're shooting on location on King Street, and I want to thank everybody for joining us today. We are going to talk a little bit about what cards do. Cards will help you guide along your way. They will show you whether you should turn left, whether you should turn right, but never will they actually tell you what to do, and they shouldn't, because you're in charge of your own destiny. And at some point in the next show or two, we're definitely going to be talking about how you're in charge of your own destiny. We're going to take that a little bit further. Cards can only help you grow. They can help you move forward. They can help you look backwards when you need to, but they should never actually tell you do this or do that, okay? So you're still in charge of what you decide to do. So we're going to go straight to phone calls. So I do apologize here. I have lost part of my mic, so we are just going to continue. And we're so technical that we're just calling Kelly on the phone, and she is from Northwestern Ontario, and she has a question for us today. So bear with me. We all know I'm not very technical, so it takes me a minute even to dial my phone. Hear that beep? That's live on location. You should be here checking us out next time around, you guys.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, is this Kelly?
Yes, it is.
Hi, it's Annie. How are you today?
Good.
Good. Did you see some snow on the ground outside today?
Not by our place.
Well, there was like 5 flakes on the ground at my place this morning. Not so nice to wake up to today. So are you all ready to ask a question?
I am.
Okay, fire away. We're shuffling the cards as we speak. Okay. I am, however, going to have you cut the cards for me, and you're going to tell me when to stop shuffling. Okay?
Okay. Do you want me to ask the question first?
No, you tell me when to quit shuffling.
Okay. Quit shuffling.
Okay, thank you. And now we're going to cut the cards, okay? Think of them as a 52-card deck, and I'm going to run my hands down them slowly, and you're going to tell me when to stop, and then we're going to go ahead and do so again, okay? We'll start now.
Stop.
Okay. Decisive. I like that. Again?
Stop.
Okay, you make very good decisions, Kelly. The way you cut your cards, you didn't hesitate whatsoever, and that actually says a lot about your character. So you're going to hear me preach about this in almost every episode to somebody, and today it's you. Congratulations. Trust your instincts, okay? Listen to your gut a little more when you are making your choices. Now you can go ahead and ask your question.
Okay. I'm having some difficulty with one aspect of my life.
Okay.
And I'm wondering what is the best route or path I should be taking to handle it.
Okay. First of all, seems like family is kind of your refuge, you know, kind of the place you need to go and come down to. So it's obviously not a family matter, because that's where you seem very calm, and that's where it seems like you're able to kind of go deep within, okay? So as for, oh, cards jumped out. Let's see what they have to say. You have somebody in your corner, a male in your corner, who you can bounce a lot of ideas off of, okay? And his advice seems to come from the heart. So it's not coming from, you know, I want attention or I know best all the time. He actually hears what you have to say, and it does feel like an older gentleman, okay? I'd say perhaps he's about 20 to more years older than you are, okay? So most likely like an uncle or a father figure, that type of a person, but you can definitely bounce a lot of ideas off of them. It's also showing that you have a lot of faith in what's the root of this, okay, the core of this, it shows you have a lot of faith. And it does show here, even though things are disruptive and you maybe don't always feel that you're saying the right things or doing the right things, it is actually showing that the fact that you're speaking up on it rather than being quiet on it, you should have faith in that, okay? Does that make sense to you? Because it's not to me.
Yes.
Okay, as long as it makes sense to you, okay? At one point, I'm going to ask you to call back and just kind of let us know how this turned out for you, if you don't mind.
Okay.
But we'll wait a couple of months because, you know, things usually take a couple of months. But it does show you have a lot of passion. But yeah, it does say you have to step gingerly, okay? Because you could ruffle some feathers. They're showing me a little chicken with ruffled feathers. It's kind of cute, actually. It's one of those little silky chickens. What the hell? Whoops, what's that all about? Okay, that's just ridiculous, actually. Okay. And if finances is part of the problem, one of the reasons that maybe you're putting in so much time and not getting remunerated for it, it kind of feels like that's a bit of an issue, okay? And then we start feeling taken advantage of a little bit, even if the intention is never to take advantage of us. If we don't speak up, maybe they're not really aware of it. So again, with tact, you don't want to use my type of tact, you want to use your kind of tact, okay? I'm kind of like that brick in a lead balloon, okay? But it does show here that you could definitely get better remuneration for the growth that you're trying to put into it. Does that make sense too?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Chaos. Definitely, okay. Does feel like there's another party involved, another female party involved. She's actually quite creative, but sometimes that creativity can create a little chaos, especially if it's last minute, okay? Now, knowing that, though, we can almost anticipate that, especially if they're in a supervisory type of role, okay? And if we can kind of anticipate that and recognize that we're going to, oh, new project coming, we're going to have an extra 20 minutes a day for this, so I got to find that in my day. So even if we don't know what's coming, even if we can kind of plan to put an extra 20 minutes away in our work day, I guess. Does that make sense?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, because it just seems like these creative ideas come out of left field, and they're good ideas, okay, and they're beneficial, and they seem to be beneficial for many, okay? But sometimes to implement that can be a little bit on the chaotic side, and that seems to sometimes fall with you. Not that you're creating the chaos, but just the rush of it seems to fall with you having to deal with after, okay? Does this make sense at all?
Yes.
Okay. Is this answering your question?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, no, then ask away. What's it not answering? Because we'll pull some more on it.
I'm just wondering which direction to go.
To stay?
Yeah, like, with this aspect of my life, do I keep doing what I'm doing, or
I think you should.
do I change courses?
I don't think you should change courses, but I think you should add some actual university courses with it.
Okay.
And take maybe something on the correspondence. U of M or or Thunder Bay University, Lakehead, I'm pretty sure they both offer online courses, and if not, they can slap my fingers after. What are they going to do, chase me down the street? But it is worth checking into, okay? And you know what? Maybe talk to the people that are involved, because what if they're willing to help you finance that class?
Okay.
It seems like it would be beneficial for them as well, okay? Especially if you're planning on being in it for the long haul, and I think you should be.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't see that you should change this path for at least another 3 or 4 years, unless it's to take your own path.
Okay.
Okay? But much in the same field. Not that I'm saying go be competition, but maybe one day.
Okay.
Okay? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So does that answer it a little more? I think you should stay with it.
Yes.
I think it'd be a shame to see you back out because you have a lot of faith, okay?
Okay.
But it does seem like family schedule makes it a little more hectic as well, okay?
Okay.
So that could actually be something that we may want to have a look at, seeing if we can adjust the schedule a little bit, perhaps by a half hour either way, if that seems to help at all, okay? But I do think as far as remuneration goes, it could be that they're not aware of how much extra that's going on. But as far as you staying in this, a lot of people have faith in you, and you should have the faith in it yourself. You are in the right role at this time, and I wouldn't see shaking it up. You're very creative in your thinking.
Okay.
Okay? So I hope that helps, Kelly.
It does very much.
Okay, good. Okay, so I'm going to hang up, and I'm going to wish you a great day.
You
Okay,
too.
you betcha. And please let us know. Send us an email or something at cardreadsbyannie or cardreadsbyannie@gmail.com. I might need a little more coffee. I'm forgetting my own email address. But yeah, please shoot me a note in a month or two and let me know how you're doing, okay?
I will.
You betcha. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Okay, take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
The proceeding was a community access program. Shaw is proud to support local producers and share local voices, ideas, and opinions. For more information, please visit shawtv.ca. Opinions expressed in this programming do not necessarily reflect the views of Shaw or its employees.